We are back. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're tuned in across the globe. Welcome or welcome back. Okay, so we were cut off for a bit, but now we are back. Yes, so let me just share this quickly to the community as we get started. Apologies to everyone. Apologies to everyone. We are back now. Okay. Yes, share to the community. All right. So internet issues are a real thing. So yeah, while we are trying to be on the digital space, this is something that we cannot run away from. But yeah, we make the best of it and we keep showing up despite. Yes. Yeah, trust me, I would always show up. I would show up for you any day, anytime. I would show up for you. So yeah, no matter what happens, please show up because I would be here. I would show up for you, right? All right, so we are jumping into it. I know we have lost some time, but guess what? This is going to be value packed. There is no time to waste time. So let's jump straight into it. Okay, we are jumping right into it. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Sandra, popularly known as Sab, and I am the founder and creative director of Sab Studios NG, and also the community founder of AFN. AFN is AI Filmmakers Network, and you're welcome to join us if you're not yet on AFN and you would love to be part of this community. So click the link in the description, join us. We would love to meet you. All right, so today we are talking about how to create an AI film series step by step for beginners. There is no time to waste time, okay? So today we are going to be working on creating a film series together, because the truth is you want to be able to, especially for those who are going to be creating their YouTube channels, their TikTok platforms, you want to be able to create series, bingeable series that your audience can always come back to. Because once you create a series, guess what? You are able to retain the attention of your audience, right? And audience retention is a key part of being on the internet today. It's a key part of creating content today. So yes, we are going to be creating together. We are going to be creating a film series together so that you know how to do it step by step, because each of the platforms today, you cannot run away from it. Every platform today actually rewards you for being able to retain the attention span of your audience. And the best way to actually do that today is through your series. If you can create a bingeable series for your audience, then you'll be able to retain their attention. That's what we are working on today. That's what we are going to be working on. So if you are ready, say let's jump right in. What are the steps to creating a bingeable series that your audience would love, that your audience can always come back to, that your audience will follow and feel like, hey, they are part of this? What is that way to create a bingeable series? Let's start off. Number one is to have a great idea. Yes, to have a great idea that your audience would love. Hi Joseph, how you doing? I see Joseph here. Hi Joseph, please wake up the group. My apologies, we had to start a bit late, and that's because of internet issues, which is something that we constantly would be battling with, but we keep showing up despite. All right, so my apologies to everyone who waited. We started a bit behind time, but yeah, we are here and we are doing this. Okay, please wake up the group, tell everyone we are live right now, and yes, we are doing this. All right, so the first thing first is to create an idea, is to have an idea for your series. So of course, if you have followed before, we have talked about how to create a film. Normally you start off with that idea. So even if you don't have an idea, right, what you want to do is use your AI. Remember, we are talking as AI creators here, so of course use your AI as your assistant to create an idea. So even if you want to do the series and you really do not have an idea to start off with, but you can go to your AI and say, hey, you are my assistant and I want to create a series that people would love. right? So tell me or suggest to me or pitch to me three top ideas that I can turn into a film series. Guess what? It's going to pitch you those ideas. Now, the best part of this is you can customize what you actually want by asking it to pitch you series based on probably love series, probably, pick your trope, pick your genre, right? And come up with an idea. The first thing first is to come up with an idea that will actually help you, create a bingeable series that your audience will like. The first thing first is an idea, right? An idea. That idea is what we will turn into the series that will make your audience stick with you, right? Every platform, like I have said, will reward you for keeping your audience glued to your platform, right? Whether it is YouTube, whether it is TikTok, whether it is Instagram, every platform out there today, even your conventional TV, it is based on, there is something we call the peak time. There is something we call peak time. So it depends on, the peak time is based on when people are tuned in, when people are actually focused. So what your series should be able to do for you is to create a bingeable and peak time that people can actually tune in and watch and actually give you their attention. So these platforms will reward you for doing that. So to be able to do that, the first thing first is to have an idea, just the same way you started off with your film idea. Remember, right? You had to start off with your film idea, but now you want to break that idea into a series. Now, usually when you think about a series, what you're thinking about is maybe 5 episodes. There are mini series of 5 episodes, actually mini series of 5 episodes. Then if you want to create a real episode, if you want to create a real series, you're looking at a long series, you are creating things like 10 to 14 episodes, right? That is one season. When you create 14 episodes, you have created one season. So when you create 24 episodes, you have created 2 seasons. When you have created, so you know how we call season films, right? So each season is packed with 14 episodes. That is what you create normally for a normal series. Okay, so 14 episodes per season. So, but other people, because we are in the generation of social media now, you can create mini series like 5 episodes or 7 episodes. Yeah, that is mini series, right? But if you want to create a real series, your real series is 14 episodes. Yes, 12 to 14 episodes. That is a full series, a full season, right? All right. So how do we start off? We start off with one line premise. A one-line premise is one sentence that captures the whole series. So the same way we talked about the log line when we're talking about creating your film, right? The log line is that one sentence that describes your idea. So you will write a log line as well, because your season film, your series will cover a lot. It will ripple into different episodes. So what will be happening in those episodes? Do you want to do a season film? Or when I say season film, that's like 14 episodes, that each of these episodes start and end, or each of the episodes roll into another. So usually, for example, most of our best episodes, most of our best season films, like Empire, like which is your favorite season film? You can share with me in the chat. Share with me your favorite season film in the chat. Let me hear from you. Let me read from you. Okay, so each of them would start off with an idea written down into one sentence. You must be clear about that one sentence. That one sentence becomes your log line. For example, you can say this season or this particular series is about a young woman who runs a rooftop repair service while solving neighborhood mysteries, right? So you come up with something that covers the whole series, right? It must be centered around something. So you must center your series around something. Either it is a person or a place or a thing, right? Maybe it could be superpowers, maybe it will be aliens, maybe it's a woman who has a shop, or maybe it's a coffee shop. You want to make sure that you want to spotlight the coffee shop. So there must be a focus for your season. for your series rather. You see, I'm talking about season films, right? So basically, that's how we will start off. So you guys, hello everyone, hello. Okay, so welcome everybody. I see you. So I'm going to be reading your chats. Don't worry, but I want to rush through because we are already behind time. Okay, so you start off with an idea, the premise, and then you want to make sure that you are able to answer. If you are situating it, if you are making it about one person, then you want to make sure that you know the identity of that person. And then now there is something that a lot of before a lot of people start writing or creating their series, they fail to do, which is the fact that you need to know your audience. Who is going to be watching this? Who is going to be watching? You are not creating this for yourself. You're creating it for your audience. Remember, I've mentioned this before. You are not creating your film for yourself to enjoy. Oh, yes, I love to talk about sharks, for example. So I want to make a series about sharks. No, you should think about it. Who are the people that will be likely interested in watching films about sharks? Think like them. Okay, for example, the people who made Empire, right? When they made Empire, I don't know if everybody knows about Empire. If you know about Empire, tell me in the chats. Tell me in the chats if you know about Empire, right? So you know about Empire, right? So Empire was a musical that had to do with a family. So they wanted to create a family drama that was centered around music. A family drama that was centered around music, right? That was what they were really concerned about creating. So who were they targeting? They were targeting youths, right? They were targeting youths who were interested in the entertainment industry, not just music, right? They were targeting youths that were interested in the entertainment industry in general. So before you even put that idea down, now it is cool, it is nice to think that, hey, I want to create a series around sharks. Nice. But hey, before you start to create that series, you must create something. Remember, I told you that the reason people create series is to create something that is bingeable, binge worthy, because each platform rewards you for being able to keep your audience and sustain their interest and their attention. So you want to make sure that before you even start off creating that, that series, because it will be time consuming, honestly, you want to make sure that there is a ready audience for what you are creating. It is just like saying, oh, I love to eat moi moi. And okay, so moi moi is a staple food in Nigeria, right? So it's just like saying you love to eat moi moi, and then you start a business of creating moi moi without thinking, in my area, do people actually love moi moi? You have not looked around your area, the place that you'll be selling. Where will you be selling that moi moi? Do people actually want it? And then you say, okay, no, my moi moi is going to be affordable. And the place where you're staying is luxurious. Do you think they want to eat cheap moi moi? Or you are staying in a place that is actually not able to afford the kind of moi moi you are creating, and you say, no, my moi moi is executive and I want to sell executive moi moi, and then the people in your area cannot afford it. Guys, the first thing first, I'm always thinking, when I'm teaching you, I'm always teaching you to think like a business person, right? Before you set off to create a series, guys, especially for your social media, think about it. Think like a business person. Who will I be creating this for? Who will be watching this, right? For example, the example I gave you about Empire, when they set off to create that musical, although it is situated within the family, but their target audience were the children. If you notice, most of everything, all the chaos, everything that happened, the adults had their own, here and there, but most of the drama came from the kids. Most of the drama, the family, in fact, the adults were even fighting over the kids, right? They had to situate it around the kids, the youths, because it is the youths that will watch it. Now, they also thought about, when will these youths be available to watch it? They thought about it. They created it for the time frame that the youth will be there to watch it. So guys, before you set out to create your AI series, think about it. How do I want to create it? For example, you might say, oh, I don't like to create animation. I don't like to create animation. If people are watching animation, guys, go ahead and create an animation. Go ahead and create an animated series. There is a particular series that I love here on YouTube. The guys are actually doing amazing. Mr. Tuno, that's what they call it. Guys, if you see it, normally you'll be like, I don't like to create animation. I don't like to create animation. Guys, I binge watched their series, and it was an animated series. Funny enough, an animated series, because they use the characters to share, wild things about life, deep things about life, deep life situation. They can use that. Mr. Tuno, go and check it out, you guys. After this live, check it out, and you will come back and tell me what you think. So I don't want you to limit yourself. Don't say, because me, I love to create hyper realistic films, so I want to create hyper realistic. Who are you creating it for? Are you creating it for yourself to watch it and enjoy it, or you are creating it for the people that will watch it? So think about your audience, then move to step 1, which is to write down that idea. Clearly write down the idea in one word, or no, not one word, one sentence. Write down that idea that you have for your series. Write it down in one sentence. So, like I said, your series must be around something. So think about it. A noun is a name of a place, animal, place, or thing, right? So yeah, let's go with that. Something like that. So write down what your series will be around. Is your series around a name of a place, or a place rather, or a person, or a thing, or an idea, an ideology? There is so much you can think about, but make sure that your idea, that sentence that you want to write, make sure that that idea is around that thing. That thing must symbolize everything. Now, when you build it, when you start to build your series, the series will go beyond that, but that is your main focus. Remember, just like Empire that I'm using as an example now, Empire was built around music, remember? But guess what? They touched on family, they touched on divorce, they touched on mental health, they touched on different things, but that did not take away the soul of the series, which is music. At the end of the day, even when the family quarrels or whatever, it looks as if they are falling apart, what brings them together? It is the music. So make sure that that one sentence you are writing covers that. You situate it, pinpoint what the main idea, the main focus of your series will be about. That is the first thing first. So yes, you will go beyond it. Yes, you will touch on everything, but at the end of the day, you must come back to that main idea. I hope you are clear now. Guys, if you are not following me, I try to break things down very simply so that everyone understands. If you are still not understanding, ask me a question. And if you're understanding, write in the chat. Type in the chat. And if you're watching and you're still here, click the thumbs up at the top of the screen. I love to see those numbers change. There is a thumbs up at the top of the screen. It is under the name of this channel. Click it for me, you guys. Click it. That's your own way of supporting me. All right, that's your own way of supporting the work that I do. All right, so we are moving forward. You now know that the first thing you need to do is what? To create a general idea for your series. That is one sentence that covers the idea. Okay, so moving on, you want to make sure that you decide at this point how long will each of your episodes be. Remember, I told you that there are series that are probably 1 to 5 minutes long, like all those mini series for social media, right? For example, people that are creating short form content today, if you go to TikTok, they are also creating series. Their series could be 30 seconds to 1 minute or 5 minutes long, depending on it. Yes, they are called series. They are mini series, okay? So you too, you can do that. All right, but you need to decide from the beginning, how many minutes can I actually realistically create this series to meet? Can I create a series of 30 seconds? Can I create a series of 5 minutes per episode? So I'm talking about per episodes now. Remember, in a full season, you are looking at 12 to 14 episodes per season, right? But in those seasons, when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about episodes, right? So you need about 12 to 14 episodes in one season. So in one episode now, we are looking at a time frame. The time frame is what we are talking about now per episode. How many minutes will your episode be? Will your episode be 30 minutes long? Will your episode be 25 minutes long? Will your episode be 15 minutes long? Will your episode be 10 minutes long? Will your episode be 5 minutes long, or even 3 minutes or 1 minute? You need to decide that. That is on you. Okay, once you have gotten the first idea and you have said, I am ready to create a series that will run for 12 episodes, 14 episodes, now I'm ready to start to create it. But hey, what do I do? Okay, realistically, I can do this for like 3 minutes. I think 3 minutes is good. My audience can watch it for 3 minutes. If you are sure of that, remember you are doing it for your audience. So make sure you have done your research and then create a series that will suit your audience. Okay. So moving forward, now we need to build your series Bible. There is something we call the series Bible. This is the document that will guide the consistent storytelling of your production. Right? So today you don't want to sound like, in fact, I think even Empire had that challenge, right? The great Empire that I'm talking about, they also had that challenge. They were busy, at a point, because they were having their cast, that is their actors, were also directing the series. You would see the slight changes here and there, everyone trying to push their own bias into the series and so on. Well, to avoid that, as an AI creator, create a Bible that will guide your series. Now, the Bible, the reason I'm saying this is it's supposed to be like a document, right? So probably we call it story Bible, but you want to use for the lack of what to call it, let's just go with the Bible. But honestly, it is a document, right, that will help to guide the consistency throughout your series, because the concept is your characters. You want to know the character descriptions. What should be in your Bible? That's what we want to talk about now. What should be in your series Bible? Your series Bible should include the series title, right? The overall title. For example, you can call it Empire, like every other person called Empire called their own. So that's the overall title, right? So the title, then the log line. The log line is that one sentence that describes the whole series. What is your main idea, the main focus, right? Then the next thing is the tone. So for example, Empire, what did you see Empire as? Empire is not the regular classical film. No, it's not classical. It was more of hip hop. So the language and the tone of Empire was hip hop, right? Because it focused on the hip hop music, the hip hop culture, right? So you cannot miss it. So you as an AI film creator, make sure you identify it from the get-go, so that someone else, in case someone else picks up the document tomorrow and say they want to continue your series, they don't start thinking, what did they mean? What did they want to say? Right? Instantly, when they look at your document, they know. Okay, so this person is trying to portray classical times. This person is trying to portray hip hop times. This person is trying to portray contemporary times. So make sure the tone is clear. And then now this is where we now get technical. All right, this is where we now get technical. Now you have chosen to do hip hop as a culture. I'm using hip hop, guys, but this is, you are going to do your own for your own film, the film or the concept you want to work on. You will be choosing your own, right? But I'm working with Empire as a sample because that's like easy to use and it's black film, right? So you go with whatever works for you, your own theme, your own title. Now, what we want to do, we have titled it, the series, we have titled the series, we have written the log line, and we have written the tone of the series. Now, what do we want to do? We want to list out, yes guys, please, if you miss anything, don't miss this one. Don't miss this one. List out, if you are doing 12 episodes, list out 12 themes. If you are doing 14 episodes, list out 14 themes. Yes, 14 themes that will be featured in your series. Now, for example, let us go through it together using Empire as an example. I hope I'm not losing anybody. I hope you are following me. Guys, if you're not following me, ask me questions so that I can help. Okay? If you are missing, if you feel like you are lost, ask questions now. Ask questions now, you guys. Ask questions, okay? Now, we have listed out everything. It's time to list out our themes. The themes for our series. If you are going for 12 episodes, list out 12. If you are going for 14, list out 14. Yes. Inside each of them, now let's do it together using Empire as an example. Now, Empire said that they were going to do a hip hop musical film that will focus on culture, the hip hop culture. right? Inside that, this thing, when they started listing out the themes, they listed out theme of one, corruption. The theme of what? Another theme is exploitation of artists. These are themes. They are just going to list them out, 12, because each of those 12 will symbolize your episodes. You guys, I'm trying to help you see it now so that you can start to see what to do if you are ready to start to create your season, your series. Okay, each of those themes become one episode. For example, if you say theme of corruption, that is one episode. Theme of exploitation, that is the second episode. Theme of this, I think theme of divorce, that is another episode. Theme of drug abuse, another episode. Theme of, list them out. So out of everything that I have said now, I think I've listed about 4 episodes, right? Now, guess what? Each of those themes still fall under that series. Remember, we are talking about hip-hop culture. So you will come up with the themes that fall under hip-hop culture and turn them into episodes. Themes for each episode. Now, in those themes, now, remember, corruption is wide. Alone, if you look at corruption as an episode option, corruption is still wide. Corruption is still vague. You need to now break corruption down into different forms of corruption. Is it corruption when it comes to, paying for or getting, okay, for example, one part of empire where some people wanted to get first rights to songs that were not yet released into the public. That is corruption. Corruption in the sense that do you understand what I'm saying now? You have to link it back. Your overall idea is musical, remember, but then one of your theme is corruption. So do you want to do corruption in terms of politics? And you will not link it back to music. No, you must find a way to link that theme for that episode. You must find a way to link it back to your overall theme for what you are creating. Hip-hop culture, there is corruption. You must find a way, even if it is a corrupt government official that is featured there. You link that corruption. You say, oh, that government official called the musicians to come and play. And as he's playing, he's saying, you guys sing the song that you have never released to the public, and I don't want it to be out there. Guys, that is abuse of power. Guys, these are some things you need to consider. So you have listed them out, right? Are we following? Is somebody lost? If you are lost, say I am lost. If you are not lost, say If you are following me, say If you are getting value, say If you are lost, say I am lost, help me find me. If you are lost, tell me to find you so that I can find you. I hope you guys are following. Now you have your themes. You must list out your 12 or 14 themes and then go back to the top of those episodes and then start to break those themes into each, different diversity to fit your overall theme for the series. So if you're creating a series for probably an SDG on hunger, and you have listed out all the episodes, go back and break those things into at least 3 ways that corruption fits. For example, I'm using corruption. You guys, you will use whatever theme you are using, right? But I'm using corruption because I'm using the empire as a sample, right? So empire is our sample. Empire was about creating hip-hop culture, the musical, story, right? But at the end of the day, they broke it into different, episodes by picking out themes. And then I'm using corruption as one of the themes in that episode, in that season, in that series, right? So I'm coming back to corruption. Now, how does corruption affect the music industry, the hip-hop culture? How does corruption affect it? That is what we will now do. We will now have to break corruption into 3 major parts. Remember, the focus of that episode is corruption. But we must make sure that we explore corruption in 3 diverse ways. Hope you're following me. If you are lost, ask me a question. This is how to do it, okay? This is how, me, I'm not about theory. I'm about practical. So I want to make sure that as you join in from here, you are able to start creating your own series, all right? If you are able to follow this, you should be able to start off a series that is bingeable, that your audience will love. All right. So if you do not understand, ask me a question because I'm here to answer you. And I want to make sure that you start immediately and you are not, losing any opportunity to get started. All right, so you have broken your themes, you have chosen your themes, and you have finished doing all of that, you guys. Now, remember, you have gotten 14 episodes already. It is time to start to script. I have taught you how to script your AI season. Remember now that this is me talking as a conventional filmmaker, right? But beyond that, you can use your AI to do it. All these things I'm teaching you. Remember, I always teach you the basics so that you can go back and use your AI to do it, right? So I have given you the scope now. What do you need to do? Write the overall idea of your series. What do you want to create? I want to create a series on this. Pick that theme, define it, then write a clear log line of it. The log line is one sentence that describes the whole series. Once you have done that, now you write the themes, break it. You will tell your AI at this point, if you don't want to do it yourself, tell your AI, okay, so see, I am doing this series on this, and I want you to help me break these, bring out the themes, list out 12 themes, list out 14 themes that will fit into this series for me. That is the first step. So you are telling your AI to list out the 14 or 12 themes that fit the overall idea of your series. Once your AI does that, you will now come back to episode 1. Each of those themes have become episodes on their own, right? Come back to the first one and then ask your AI to break it into 3 ways. For example, corruption. If corruption is episode 1, you come back and pick corruption and tell your AI, episode 1 is about corruption. Now, I want you to break this corruption into 3 parts that will fit the idea of my series. I want to use those 3 parts to create a story. So when your AI has broken it down into 3 parts for you, what you would do is take those 3 parts and then tell it to create a story for you. Now, we have not entered into story building, but I just ran through to give you an overview of what that is. Remember, we still have to create our characters that will act out the film or act out the series. Remember, I've already taught you about characters and how to build your characters, when we started, right? So you can go and watch that from here. But I just need to state this, okay? Because, going forward, your series cannot be just like your film. Your film might be about 2 or 3 people and, you are done. But your series might incorporate more people depending on the themes. You guys, I need to mention that here. That's why I'm talking about characters now. Okay, so I've talked about the themes. Now you know the themes, that the themes become your episodes, and you know how to break those themes into making it into a story, right? You now know that. Guys, am I speaking your mind? Do you know it now? If you don't know it, ask questions so that I can answer. If you do not know it, ask questions so that I can answer. You now know how to get to this point, right? Now, let us go to characterization. Let us go into creating your characters. All right. So in creating your characters, you guys, for a series, especially for AI series, please, I will advise you to stick to 3 characters maximum. Okay. But usually I would say 3 to 5. 3 to 5. But the reason I'm saying 3, because you are still starting, so that you can manage it. So that you can manage the creation of your story, okay? You don't want to overstretch it because you will be generating a lot because of the story, right? So remember, we are doing image generation, video generation, audio generation. There is so much. So because you might be generating different voices, different, so stick to 3 at least that you can manage. 1 to 3 characters is even enough. Right, like the character, like the series that I mentioned that I love watching, I binge watch it on YouTube here, Mr. Tuno, right? The Mr. Tuno is one character, actually. The Mr. Tuno is one character, and that one character can meet another character and talk. So they usually do their series like short series between 1 minute to about 10 minutes, I think 7 to 10 minutes, right? But the series revolves around that one character, which is called Mr. Tuno. So Mr. Tuno, just like the name already says, remember I have taught you that you need to go with names that are easy to pronounce. Don't go with names that people will not remember. I know you love your language. I know you love your space, your tribe. Excuse me. But you are creating for the digital space. You're creating for a global audience. Do you know that this video that we're actually creating now, it will not only be AFN members that will watch it. These videos will reach out to even more people beyond here. So what do you want to do? You want to make sure that you create with simple words that people can pronounce, right? So for example, like using the Mr. Tuno as an example so that we can understand. Mr. Tuno already says it all. The name says it all. He's a character that always wants to be heard, right? He knows too much, or he claims to know too much. That's the whole idea, Mr. Tuno. So what does this whole series look like? The series looks like Mr. Tuno looking for knowledge, or always getting into trouble, trying to show that he knows too much, basically. So you get it. It is simple, straightforward. You can easily manage that kind of series. And funny enough, they make it a comedy so that even you who is watching, you will enjoy watching it. You will laugh about it. When he's being serious and he thinks that he knows, and then you are laughing. For example, someone who says, I know headache now. I know what headache is now. Is headache not what happens to your knee? That kind of thing. He's so sure, and he's making a mockery of himself, and he's talking nonsense, arrant nonsense, and the name already tells you that he's Mr. Tuno, right? Someone who for no reason just jumps into a conversation and acts like he knows everything, and then everyone starts to laugh about it. See, that is the series we are talking about. That is what your audience will binge watch. They will laugh at the folly. They will comment on it. They will laugh about the character's stupidity. That is what you should be targeting. So look for 1 to 3 characters that you can manage. I'm not saying go and create another Mr. Tuno. I'm only giving you that as an example, right? So this is a way that you can manage it. Create 1 to 3 characters maximum that you can manage, that your audience can easily relate with. So anytime they see the character, boom, they know that is you. Okay, they know that is they'll say, oh, what is this person going to say again? What will this character do again? Right? So create 1 to 3 characters. You can manage them. You can manage their location. You can manage their behaviors, their dialogue, even the voice generation. That voice generation is actually a thing today. Lip syncing is a thing. So you want to do something that is easy for you to use, or create with AI today. All right. So am I talking to AI creators? Are you here? Are AI creators still on board? Are there still AI creators here? Is somebody still here, or have they gone to sleep? You guys tell me who's still here. If you're still here, say I'm still here. If you're lost, say I am lost. If you're not lost, say And if you're still watching and you've not clicked the thumbs up at the top of the screen, please click the thumbs up at the top of the screen. You see that thumbs up there, right? It's under the name of this channel. I love to see the numbers change. So please click that thumbs up, okay? Help me click the thumbs up. It helps a lot. All right, so I see Joy Bello here. Joy Creatives. Okay, I'm still here. I hope you understand and Joy. If you have questions, you can ask, right? Please go ahead and ask. I hope you are following. I hope you're ready to create a series, right? The concept behind doing this is so that I know that a lot of us will be launching our YouTube channels very soon. I know that a lot of us will be launching our social media platforms very soon. That is why I'm talking about series creation, so that we can prepare ahead. You don't just start creating content that is random, that nobody wants to watch. You start to create deliberately from the get-go, okay? So that is the whole idea behind this. All right, so we are moving forward. We have talked about creating the structure for your characters, right? You already know about visual style and the rest. Go and check the previous video that we did on that. I'm rushing through because I know we have already spent some time, so I don't want to waste too much time again. All right, so of course, now let's go into structuring your episode. Now you already know how to turn the themes into episodes and then break the episodes into 3 major parts. For example, the corruption, as we use corruption as an example, right? We turned corruption we broke it down into 3 ways as it affects our overall theme, right? We already know that. Now, every of your episode, you guys, just like what we have learned before when it comes to filmmaking, you need to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Per your episode, every episode must have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Every episode must have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So make sure that you are creating your episode with that in mind. Everything that we did when we talked about creating your AI film, go and use it now. You will use everything that we talked about when I told you about creating your episode, your AI film. You will use it now to create your individual episodes. Right? You will use all that knowledge to create your individual episodes. You will create your episode like a full film. Yes, you will create your episode like a full film. That is how you're going to be creating your episode. Guys, are you following me? Is somebody lost? If you are lost, remember to tell me you are lost so that we can find you. If you are lost, tell me you are lost so that we can find you. You guys, are you following me? We have gotten to this point now where you need to structure your episode. You have already created your series. You have already created the structure. You have broken the back of the issue. You have gotten to this point right now. Don't waste it. Use everything that we have talked about when creating your film to create your episode. Your episode must have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you will do it all through your 12 to 14 episodes. So as soon as you open your episode title and you are ready to write your episode, you will write your episode the way you write your film. Everything that I have taught you about writing your film, that you learned at the beginning of this class, you will do it for this episode. Every episode, you will do the same thing. You would do the same thing, beginning, middle, and end, so that you can start and end your episode. Remember, you are going to use those 3 tips. For example, the example that we used, that we said corruption, then we broke corruption into 3 types of corruption. So you are going to be writing your script around those 3 types of corruption with your main characters who you have already created. Right? So you are going to do that. That's what you are going to do. You're going to break your theme into 3 parts and then use those 3 parts to build the story for your episode. And then it is the story for your episode that you will use to create the film. All right, so your episodes will start off with a chaos conflict and then move through a spiral and then have a twist. Of course, you can choose to end your twist there or carry it into episode 2 like that. You can do that for each episode. Okay, building momentum, building forward. Okay, I hope I'm not losing anybody. I hope you are following me, you guys. Are you following me? Is somebody following me? Are you lost? Are you lost? I hope I've been able to help you. Are you ready to start to create your series? Are you ready to start to create your series, you guys? Hello, African grandchild. How are you? I see African Bay here. African Bay. How are you? Wellsprings of fire. How are you? How are you? I see you guys here. You guys ask me a question. And of course, you know how we do it. Click the thumbs up at the top of the screen. I love to see those numbers change. And of course, Joy Creatives, are you following? Are you lost? Is there something you would love to ask? Are you ready to create a series? So we are going to be plotting a series together, you guys. We're going to be doing something together on the P2P group. On the P2P group, we'll be having a group. We're going to be breaking that group into groups now to create a series. Who is ready? On the P2P group, if you're on the P2P group, we're going to be creating a series together. Okay? So we're going to be creating a series together. Who is ready? If you're on the P2P group, you're going to be creating a series. We're going to be breaking the groups so that you can work together as a group. Okay, so who is ready? If you're not yet on the P2P group, that means you have not shared what you have learned. You have not been attending the live show, the live sessions. If you have been attending the live sessions and you have not been added to the P2P group, what you need to do is to write what you have learned per the sessions, and then we will add you to the P2P group. Okay, if you have been joining the sessions, go and write what you have learned so far and you'll be added to the P2P group, because now we are moving forward. We are going to be creating a series together on the P2P group. Everyone on the P2P group will be creating a series together. You guys, if you are here and you are excited, type If you are here and you are excited, type The P2P group will be creating a series shortly. Now remember, everything that I have taught you from creating your film is what you will use for your episodes, okay? So you're going to plan your series, the 12 episodes or 14 episodes per your season. Remember, I already told you about that. And then you're going to be writing a script. And then now we're going to be working together to build it into a film. Who is ready? Who is ready? Who is ready for this? If you have any questions, ask me a question. Ask me a question. I had to rush through it. I'm sorry. And that's because, we already wasted some time, but I hope that you are ready to create your film now. If you still have questions, you can ask. If you do not remember your questions now, you can ask on the community. And if you're just discovering AFN is AI Filmmakers Network, and we are an ecosystem, that creates an opportunity for creators to network, collaborate, and of course find ways to make money using their skills, their AI skills. So we are going to be working together. We are already building our AI films, and I hope that you are already on the challenge. Right? We are creating a challenge. We already have our weekly challenge where every filmmaker creates their own film. All right. So now we are going to be creating group projects together. Who is ready to create a group project? If you are not yet, if you've not been added to the P2P group and you've been attending the live sessions, please share it on the general platform. Let us know on the general platform that you have been joining the live sessions, but you have not been added to the P2P group, and we will add you to the P2P group. Okay. Let us know so that we can add you to the P2P group, because we are going to be creating a group project together now. All right. After hearing this, of course, I am big on practicals than theories. So you have gotten the theory from this live session. Now you are going to go back to the community, and as a group, you will be creating your films together. Who is ready? Who is ready? All right. So if there is no question, I will be ending the live session. Okay. Of course, you already know how to create your films. You already know how to prompt your AI. Once you are done writing your script, you know how to prompt it for your AI image generation and also the video generation. And of course, the lip syncing. We have talked about that. We have talked about the audio generation, right? That will bring your series to life. If you don't know about it, maybe you are hearing me talk about it for the first time. We have a video already on it, so you can check this channel. You will see it in the channel. Okay, you can see it on the channel, right? We have videos already, and you can join the AI Filmmakers Network by clicking the link in the description so that you can join us on the community, so that you can get one-on-one or group collaboration and feedbacks. So what is happening on the AFN is when you create, you get feedbacks directly from your peers. All right. And of course, you get one-on-one, you can ask questions and get direct feedback. It's not just you watching a video and going to sleep, right? You're going to watch a video, you're going to work on it, you're going to, put in the effort. That's what AFN is all about. We are charging you, we are preparing you, we are launching you. That is what AFN really is about. All right. So if you have gotten value from today, please click the thumbs up at the top of the screen. You can see that thumbs up there. There is a thumbs up at the top of the screen. It's just under the name of this channel. And also, if you're watching the replay, there is a thumbs up at the bottom of this video. Okay, so click the thumbs up for me. That's your own way of supporting me for bringing this value to you for free. Okay, now going forward, tomorrow we'll be talking about opening a new channel, a YouTube channel of your own or TikTok of your own. We're going to be talking about that generally. And of course, by Thursday, we'll talk about, setting up your podcast, an AI podcast of your own. So that should be our live demo before on Friday, we'll be bringing to you the top 5 films of the week from the community. So if you want to be featured on the top 5 films, you have to be competing, right? There is a prompt of the week. Go and create a film that is 30 seconds to 2 minutes long to be featured and be considered for the films, the top 5 films of the week. Okay, please send in your films on time. Your films, the deadline is tomorrow. Please send in your films on time so that you can be considered. All right. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll be back again tomorrow when we'll talk about creating a YouTube channel. On Thursday, we'll talk about creating your AI podcast. And then on Friday, we would have our top 5 countdown. If you are here and you get to watch this, shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. African Bay, shout out to you. Everyone who's watching, shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for staying through. Thank you. I love you all. You're the reason we do this. And of course, if you've not submitted your film, if you've not brought in your film for the week of if you've not submitted your film of the week, please go and do that now. You have between now and tomorrow to submit your film to be considered film of the week. Okay, please send in your film so that we can, judge it. We can have you, give you feedbacks on your film, and then we can consider the films of the week. Please, I'm looking forward to seeing your films. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a blessed day ahead.